Good afternoon and welcome to Open Mic.
Barbed wire and the raccoon bone, full lip covered with soda foam. Let them walk ahead and take a sip, my friend. The moon's so full, looks like it ate the sun. So bright you never know the night's begun. You cannot hide your tracks up on cherry flats. Reminds me of old home wrecker spoon. The nursery rhyme should have given you a clue. Oh, and he likes to jump right in through the water, see her blue-eyed skin. Might as well toss rocks at the battered log. Some things you just can't explain. Some most like the dimmest flame. It may keep you warm, but it'll still go dark. Reminds me of old home wrecker spoon. The nursery rhyme should have given you a clue. Reminds me of old home wrecker spoon. The nursery rhyme should have given you a clue. Little dog laughed to see such folks. I said, oh yeah, sport, it's just a bad joke. You gotta get out soon before your fingers prune. Up on my shoulders, she looks so cold. I'm never going up there when I'm that old. I'm gonna stay down low with the animals. Reminds me of old home wrecker spoon. The nursery rhyme should have given you a clue. Reminds me of old home wrecker spoon. The nursery rhyme should have given you a clue. Takes me along down that rotten road with promises of fun, but I'd rather just be home. And I don't have a map, but a flashlight might do. If I can make it to the car, I know I'd make it through. And it feels so good to run. Feel the buttons on my shirt, but my sneakers really suck, and my feet really hurt. Reminds me of wrecker spoon. Reminds me of wrecker spoon.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Open Mic. My guest today is Mr. Don Ralph from the band Life in a Blender. We are here to talk about their latest album, Home Wrecker Spoon. Don, welcome to Open Mic.
Thank you. Good to be here.
We're here about talking about Home Wrecker Spoon, your new album. And I know you're living on the West Coast right now, but your band is based out of the Brooklyn area. Is that correct?
Right. Definitely. I'm bi-coastal, going back and forth. Family out here in Seattle that I've been playing with these guys in Brooklyn and woman for years. We're just a big, great, dysfunctional, happy family, and can't stop playing with them. It's addicting.
Yes. Tell me a little bit about the band. Tell me about the history of the band, some of the personnel involved.
Okay. All the way back to junior high, I started with my friend Dave Moody, my best friend to this day, and like a lot of young people in Poughkeepsie when we were in high school, we were attracted to the local gong show, and we came up with a crazy song called Poughkeepsie City of Sin, and we started making music, and then he and I just started continuing to make music just all through our lives, and then as we made our songs, we brought in other people and brought in all these great players that we have today, Al Houghton and Mark Lerner. Got to get the names out there. Ken Meyer and Rebecca Weiner. She's going to kill me. Rebecca Weiner. I don't even know my own band people. And so those are all the bandmates who are in the Life in a Blender. We all came together over the years, but, started in Poughkeepsie, New York.
Fantastic. Now, I've been listening to this latest album of yours, which I really enjoy, and I've heard a mixture of some of your past albums, and I wanted to ask you, you have a fantastic variation of sounds and songs on this album. What separates this album from some of your later projects?
Well, this time we went more horn heavy. We just really wanted to get that big brass sound in there, so we brought in some good friends of ours who play sax and trombone and trumpet, and really added a good thick horn section in there. So I feel like that was a big factor sound-wise. And then we had the strings that we've always had with us. Dave and Rebecca have been playing the strings, so just bringing that whole more orchestrated sound, I feel like makes this one a little bit different.
The first track we heard was entitled Home Wrecker Spoon, the title track of the album there. Tell us a little bit about this song.
Home Wrecker Spoon is for the most destructive, nefarious character in all nursery rhymes, the spoon. In that nursery rhyme, the plate ran away with the spoon. Now I can't even remember it. The little dog laughed, cow jumped over the moon, plate runs away with the spoon. So the spoon was the destructive, luring away the plate, being the home wrecker, breaking up that whatever relationship the plate had. So it was just a bit of a metaphor for this relationship that you hear in the song about, it's a young girl who's gone into the woods on a little trip with her mother and her boyfriend, and she's just really unhappy to be there. She's with her single mom out there in the woods, and they're swimming, and she can just tell she's just, this is the worst place to be.
So you guys are basically located out in the Brooklyn area. I've never been there myself. I was always kind of curious. Tell me a little bit about the music scene out in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn's great. I mean, there's a huge music scene. It's just there, a million times bigger than Seattle even, and there's just so many musicians. We play a great club all the time that's sort of our home base in Park Slope, Brooklyn, called Barbess. And Barbess is a real club with international music from, you'll hear North African musicians there, and you'll hear klezmer music there. So it's just, New York is so great because you have such diversity there, where you're going to hear so many different influences in every different style. I mean, there's not just the sensitive shoegazing songwriters there. There's just such a broad mix that I feel like it's a great place to be as a musician. So it's great to always go back. And I think that's always just influenced me in New York, is just that you're there in such a great stew of music, and anything goes.
So the next track we're going to listen to is entitled Go To Man, and listening to this song, I really enjoyed the lyrics. I got the idea that this go-to man is kind of a hustler man out there, basically giving you whatever you want. Tell us a little bit about the lyrics to this song and how you came up with the notations for this.
Right, you've got it exactly right. Go-to man is the hustler. I totally was inspired by. We love watching Breaking Bad and Saul Goodman. was the inspiration for that song, totally, because he's the go-to man. If you've seen Breaking Bad, have you seen that show?
I have.
And, Saul Goodman is just the guy he's the guy who takes care of everything. You need something done, you need to get out of jail, you need somebody out of the way who's a little troublesome, you go to Saul, call Saul. So he's really the go-to man in my eyes, and he was the inspiration for that. So I feel like he's the guy he'll say, I'll do anything you want, but there'll be a price to pay eventually.
Fantastic. Well, let's go ahead and listen to this track entitled Go-To Man. This is coming from Life in a Blender off their latest CD entitled Home Wrecker Spoon, right here on Open Mic on 89.9 FM, KGPR, Great Falls.
Tickets in my pickup truck. Tell me what you need and I will set you up. I'll set you up. I'll set you up. You're the customer. You deserve something nice. I'll set you up. I'll set you up. Don't give up, call it quits. Just pick up, name your price. Join me on the stoop. Why don't you try a bowl of my chunky soup? There's no need to worry that you're in too deep. Just take this pill, it will help you sleep. Whoa, people come to me 'cause I'm the go-to man. I've got a couple $1,000 in my coffee can. I've got a pair of extra tickets in my pickup truck. Tell me what you need and I will set you up. I'll set you up. I'll set you up. You're the customer. You deserve something nice. I'll set you up. I'll set you up. Don't give up, call it quits. Just speak up, name your price. When I was young, I slipped through the fence. I went all the places no one else went. I even slipped through at my birth. No wonder Shell calls me a piece of work. But you need me, oh you need me. Only I can show you how to shine. A big mystery, it's not. From the Ferris wheel, you all look like dots. I made some choices, no piece of cake. I pushed my luck, but I pulled my weight. But you need me, oh you need me. Only I can show you how to shine. Oh you need me, oh you need
Yeah, I was going to ask about the different challenges. You know, some of your earlier CDs, you guys have, you know, anything from a 3-piece to a 4-piece to more instruments, and definitely had to be unseen challenges in both the arranging of the music and the recording. Can you tell us a little bit about the recording process on this different type of album for you guys?
We recorded the whole thing at Dubway Studios in New York, and Al Houghton, the guitar player, runs Dubway Studios, a great place there. And the challenges were just getting all the musicians together. We really charted things out this time. Sometimes you just go in and sort of figure out your parts on the fly, or you get a part as you play the song over and over again. Mark, the bass player, really thought about how all the different instruments are going to come together, because when you have the string section and the horn section, you really have to figure out how they're going to combine well. So I feel like it was a real puzzle to figure it all out, and really had to do some serious charting and composing. Then I owe it really to Mark Lerner in the band, because he really did the heavy lifting on that and got it together. So yeah, the music process, it's a mysterious thing, but this time did feel like a much more involved process to put this one out.
One of the things I really liked when I was listening to this latest album was basically the variations of sounds throughout the album. I mean, not only within each song itself, but as you listen to the album, the sounds of the moods and kind of the musical landscape from song to song is really varied. And you know, I can't help but think that you guys must have quite a few influences with all the different members of the band. What would you know, if there was a few different bands that you could state as your main influence, what would they be?
Well, I always had this interest or attraction to dark and humorous things and offbeat, off-kilter things. So definitely been influenced by folks like Robin Hitchcock and Tom Waits. Definitely sonically, somebody like Tom Waits, who brings in so many different percussive elements and different weird banjos and strings himself, that's always been attractive. And then horn-wise, here we're having a big horn section coming in, so I kept having Cake in the back of my mind too, where they use horns so well. Not that they have a huge horn section, but just that they're so catchy and melodic and use horns, that I thought I'm sort of had that rattling around in the back of my head, thinking of them as well musically. But you know, also just influences too. Like I said, in New York, when you play with all these great different musicians, you just get to hear so many different sounds. You know, we have so many great musician friends in bands there that we've just been so entangled with that they really influence you to come up with these sounds.
Yeah, that was something else I was going to ask. You know, playing a lot over in Brooklyn, you said that there is a huge variety of different music, a lot of different bands. Do you guys think that has really challenged you as a band to come up with a unique sound? I mean, having so many other bands is not so much competition, but kind of wanting to make yourself sound a little bit different from the rest of the crowd. How much do you think that being in the Brooklyn area has influenced you, the actual geography of where you guys live and play?
Well, I mean, I think, you know, for me, the sound that comes out here just, you know, it starts in I just always had a strange little bird living in my head that, you know, gives me these sounds. So I feel like, oh, I'm lucky to have that, because I just feel like it just keeps popping out and I can't stop it. So, you know, it starts with that, but then to have all these great musician friends. I lived with this guy in New York, Chris Rail, who has a great band called Church of Betty, and, you know, he just does East-West music, Indian-style music, and we play together all the time. So, you know, I feel like it was very open as far as, hey, you're in the Indian band, and we're in the strange, darkly humorous band, and you're in, you know, this other type of band. We all played together. We played on punk bills. We played on, you know, international music bills. I feel like all those influences just sort of get mixed up in our sound in a way, because I feel like we bring in a lot of different vibes in our music. You know, I feel like so many bands have one sound. You know, you got to sound just like that, and you can't break out of it. I do feel like we're saying, you know, oh, it's okay to have a few different sounds. You know, you don't have to sound like one distinct sound.
Absolutely, and it also makes it a little bit more difficult to pigeonhole you in any sort of genre, which, you know, I personally believe is a really good thing.
I think it's hard to market for a lot of people, and hard for people to say, well, what do you sound like? People want to market you and pigeonhole you, like you said, and put you in one slot. And so sometimes it's hard to tell people, well, what do you sound like? Well, you know, we have this song that has banjo, and then we have this one that's more heavy rock, and we're all over the map.
Let's go ahead and take a listen to another track on the album. This one is entitled Kill the Bottle. You want to go ahead and tell us a little bit about this song?
It seems for some reason we keep coming back to writing songs about drinking, and this was just another song. Perhaps I've been lured by the bottle many times, and so this one was about a guy who's just a little bit maybe too obsessed with drinking and tries to break away, and then keeps coming back to it.
Well, fantastic. Let's go ahead and have a listen. This is the track entitled Kill the Bottle from the band LifeInABlender off their latest CD, Homewrecker Spoon, right here on Open Mic on 89.9 FM, KGPR, Great Falls.
When the falling star has lost its wish, I take my bottle when the wishing well just gives back pitch. I take my bottle, an empty shell reminds me of the thing I love, that empty glass, it takes me past the thing I love, it just don't last. Stand there, watch the glass smashing in the train. Brown, green, green and brown. Come on, little penny, let's go downtown. Come on, little penny. When the falling star has lost its wish, I take my bottle, when the wishing well just gives back pitch, I take my bottle.
What do you guys have in store? Are you getting ready to do any tours coming up, or do you have another project in mind?
Well, we've been writing a lot of new songs. When we were just playing in New York, we were on WFMU. They're a great alternative radio station there, and we did a great live set, which came out really good, and we're getting that all together to release. And we had a Christmas song on there, so they're putting that on their Christmas album, and I think we're going to release that as a Christmas song, too. And we just played Rockwood Music Hall for the first time, which is a great venue in New York, and we'll be back there after the first of the year. And then we have just a whole slew of new songs, and we've been working on those. And when I'm in Seattle most of the time, and then I go back to Brooklyn, and I'll go for a week or two, and it's just I come with these songs in my backpack and say, empty them out on the floor in front of everyone and say, here we go, I got this one, let's really workshop and do these songs. So I feel like the songs have been coming out rapid fire, and we just have to really sit down and workshop them and get them together. And the time pressure of me coming and leaving, I feel like when I get there, everyone's like, okay, we have to make the most of this time and really dig in and work on these tunes and do it. So we're really working on a lot of new songs for the next album. We're not quite heading into the studio yet, but soon.
Fantastic. Well, we have just about time for one more song here on Open Mic, but I wanted to ask you, before we hear that last song, how about giving our listeners some contact information, places maybe they can go on the website or a phone number, something to contact you and see what's going on with the band?
Great. We can do that. We can lure people in. Good. Well, go to Facebook for sure, facebook.com/LifeInABlender, and also LifeInABlender.net. You can hear every song that we've ever done streaming there for free, and then if you feel generous, you can make a donation there too, of course. But you can hear all the songs right there at LifeInABlender.net.
Fantastic. So the last song we're going to hear today is entitled Sean Connery, a very catchy tune. Got some references to Sean Connery and Sammy Davis Jr. A couple words on this song real quick?
Oh, sure. I mean, this is the great case of write about what you know and try to write a song that fills a gap. There were no songs out there that I knew of about Sean Connery, especially pictures of Sean Connery. And so my wife and I have had this photo of Sean Connery sitting in the bathtub forever, and I just always look at it, and we're totally obsessed by this photo because he's sitting in the bathtub, and he's got this neat little tray over his bathtub and this picture of Sammy Davis Jr. on the cover of Life magazine in front of him. And somebody's obviously come into the room and has the gun pointed at Sean Connery, James Bond, and he's in a vulnerable position, and he has his hands raised out of the water like, eek, I'm caught. And there's just something funny about it and vulnerable for such a strong guy, masculine archetype, James Bond, that we were just always into this photo. I made zillions of copies of it. I have them framed around my house. So that's maybe a little strange, but that's the way it is. And so wrote this song about really the photo of Sean Connery, and it talks about that.
Sounds good. Well, I really enjoyed the tune and wanted to say real quick, we've been speaking with Don Rolfe from Life in a Blender. We have been talking about their latest CD entitled Homewrecker Spoon. Don, I wanted to say thank you so much for taking your time to join us here on Open Mic today, and thanks for the music, and good luck.
Thanks so much.
All right, we'll talk to you real soon.
You should see Sean Connery in a photo I've got in the drawer. He holds his hands like he's been caught, not so tough anymore. And he's reading a magazine with Sammy Davis Jr. on the cover, and he's breathing a little rapidly, 'cause someone he can't see has got the gun on him. They got the gun on him. They got the gun on him. But it's just a flash, 'cause even in the bath, he's still strong. He's still strong. And it makes me laugh, 'cause there's Sean Connery, and he's frightened just like a little boy. with Sammy Davis Jr. on the cover. And he's breathing a little rapidly, 'cause someone you can't see has got the gun on him. They got the gun on him. They got the gun on him. Oh, you should see Sean Connery. 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 Oh, you should see